Thank you for inviting me to your garden, Gabrielle.
Well, you're most welcome, Anna. It's a pleasure. It's an absolute pleasure because I'm actually quite proud of my garden. And it's funny because I had a garden. My God, my kids were 5 years old. They're now 40, in their 40s. And I had about 20 different herbs in my garden, and I loved it. I would go out and give my clients herbs and tell them to either put it in their cooking or make tea out of it. And then I kind of lost, not that I lost it, it's always there, but life moves on, and then I did other things, and then I became a biofeedback practitioner. And then suddenly, I don't know what happened this year, I decided, no, I will start again with a garden. And I think it's because of the planters we were talking about before, because it was so easy to move around, and you knew that you got good soil. And my plants really, I mean, it was like they just unfold into this mass of green and flowers, and I think it's several things, you know, the sound therapy, and then the soil, obviously, and love and passion. Always, I do a lot of sound healing, and my garden just loves it. This is a basil. As you can see, it has a lot of flowers. Very. Oh, there's a bee. There, you see the little bee there? There. This is a real bee attractor. And again, that's why I do not take the flowers off. I just then, okay, the medicinal value then of the herb is not as strong because it has the flowers, but I really don't care because you still get a certain amount of medicinal balance. Very good for your brain, actually, basil. Also highly, really, really good for the digestion. You see how long it stays around? So it really loves it. Sometimes it is actually full, perhaps a little bit too much sun for the moment.
Okay.
This one here.
So that is another basil?
Yeah, that's another kind of basil. This is another kind of, this is the holy basil everybody knows about, you know, the Tulsi.
You can smell it.
And then, yeah, but you would smell
I'm
this
thinking,
one
I was about
too.
to say, I thought it was that one, yeah. That's beautiful.
It smells.
Oh, it's lovely.
So, and then you have your normal basil, you know, your house basil. Most people know that one. The one just beside the parsley. I actually have tipped off the flowers from that one because I thought we had enough flowers here. So this is a small planter. So for people who have just very small kitchen, this would be a really good one to have. This is coriander, which are just planted, and with organic soil, which you can get everywhere at Bunnings, Aldi, or wherever you are, whatever. In Europe, you obviously would go somewhere else.
So usually what people do with coriander, they add it to sort of Asian soups, but you can pop it in anything, can't you?
You can pop it in anything. Coriander is really, it helps with the digestion. Many of the foods, the Asian foods, they add herbs and spices to help with the digestion, and coriander is one of them. It's quite... What I have found with gardening, some of the plants do really, really well, and other plants just not happening. So, so obviously, for whatever reason, the yellow zucchini is really loving it. This is the bamboo, so like bamboo grass.
Why did you, was this here before
That
you
was
came?
here before, yeah. It's a very good protection and shield from the outside world.
Well, you need that with little cockatoos and everything hanging out.
Yeah, that's right. I also have a bird bath up there.
Oh, so beautiful.
Yeah.
I've got it for a quick. Oh, lovely. Do birds use that?
Well, I don't think they have found it yet. It always takes a little time.
It does.
So, but here is my garden started Now, as you can see, they are planters. So if you look at that, they are planters. So you water them, and then the water also goes down here.
Oh.
If people who have small spaces, but also in garden like this, it is absolutely ideal. Because, and especially when you're renting, because many times when you move on, then all the plants stay here,
Absolutely.
and you can take that all with you again. And also in small places, on balconies and all that, they're absolutely brilliant. And because you can choose, now that's nasturtium,
Ah.
and this is the nasturtium flower. Now you can eat everything from that one.
Even the flower?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, so beautiful.
They're very easy to grow, and I would advise everybody to look into it because the flowers are very vibrant. And as you can imagine, when you're eating, the food has to be also vibrant. It's not just eating.
True.
You know, if you have different colors in your food, it actually, your eyes eat first, and then the rest arrives. That's your eyes, and then you smell it. And then you know your juices, your gastric juices start to develop, and then you start eating.
Oh, brilliant.
But we come to that later. And then as you can see, I planted together this over there is cucumber. So
There's a
probably not in a perfect position because as you can see, the leaves are a little bit brown and it's too much sun there. But having said that,
I can see a little
yeah, there's a little cucumber, and I have had quite a few cucumbers. And the funny part with it is, I will pick one later on. When you pick a cucumber, they're all bristly and they're all prickly.
They
And
are.
it's
Gosh,
like,
you can see
I
it
don't want to
there.
be eaten.
Yeah.
But once you pick them, within 2 minutes, that's all gone. So it's quite interesting.
Oh.
Now, as you can see, I have some yellow flowers and then geraniums in between. That's kind of to get rid of some of the insects who would eat everything. So then we have, and I didn't even know that existed, you see this plant here? That's a climbing spinach.
Oh.
And that kind of is really prolific in the summertime. Starts about November and will go all the way through to January. And it's fantastic. I mean, look how it grows. It just, ooh, perhaps it shouldn't go in there. I have to remove that. But it really loves to kind of wind itself around the tree.
Now, is this an Australian spinach or a
Um,
Asian?
Actually, it's a really good question. I don't know. Somebody gave it to me and said this is a climbing spinach.
Well, maybe.
Because there's so many different spinaches
Exactly.
around. I mean, you know, it's like so many different basils, so many different spinaches. But it's a really healthy spinach. And spinach, as you know, we all should eat spinach. And we can, this one is a little bit tough, so you do have to kind of put it into with your omelette or something like that. So you can't just eat it like, well, I don't particularly like eating it like that. I'm sure you can. But it needs to be cooked. Yeah, definitely. So much nicer then. So full of iron. So basically for the moment, I don't have to buy anything.
No, you're doing really well. It's a beautiful garden.
This is a variegated thyme, which is really lovely. The one beforehand you saw, that's the normal thyme. This one, if you take, you can smell it.
Oh, the bees.
We have a lot of bees
bees.
around here. That's one thing, which is absolutely wonderful. And again, this can be in a small pot and it will go really well. So this is ready to be potted.
Looks good.
Now this one, if we slowly go back again to the big one here, this is your normal thyme. And I planted that about 2 years ago, and this is just going wild now. So it's a really good undergrowth, and it loves strong sun. And this is the garlic chive.
Oh, they're stunning.
Some people say you should always snip the flowers off. I don't, because there's enough plants which I can take and I want to attract the bees because that's very important.
Important, yeah.
So